If you are watching this, you are probably going through life with your emergency brake on. If you're driving a car, you've got the emergency brake on, then obviously, you're just going side to side and your engine's braking, your transmission's braking, everything's just going to shit pretty much, right? So that's what most of you are doing. And that's exactly what I was doing when I was 19 years old. I was stuck in my parents' house. I was wondering, if I'm good enough to go and actually live my dream life, to go and make money, to go and start a successful online business. And I was literally just like trapped. And so I know that that's where a lot of you guys are right now in your life, because I totally relate to that. And right now I'm in this beautiful place. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, one of my favorite places on earth. And if I did not learn how to conquer my fear, I would not be here today, standing here right now. And today's my birthday, and it's honestly crazy to see how far one can come if you can overcome your fear. Ask yourself this: why don't you already have a successful online business? What is wrong? Like, why aren't you already living your dream life? What is going on? It's literally fear. If you really dig deep, fear is the mother of all failure. Fear and indecision. So if you think about it, the one thing that you need to focus on is conquering your fear. And if you can become fearless, that's literally the ideal state that will put you exactly where you should be going to get to your dream life. Today I turned 23 years old. I'm making more money than I ever thought I would ever make in my entire life, but I'm not special. It's only because I learned how to become fearless. I don't want to do this. I don't want to stand in front of a camera right now, to be honest with you, right? But I had to learn how to conquer my fear. I had to learn to do the things that will get me to where I wanted to go in my life. Right? And even though I'm spreading this positive message, right? Even if I'm out in public and I have to record this video, I will, because that's what happens when you become fearless. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to learn to become, right? It doesn't even matter if you're not someone who's in front of the camera like me. If you are trying to go start a successful online business, if you're trying to go and start any business, well, you're probably going to go and you're going to have to sell to people, right? Either online or in person. And if you're afraid of talking to people, if you're afraid of selling anything, if you are fearful that the products that you're potentially going to be selling are not good, or you're fearful of obstacle A, obstacle B, obstacle C, well then nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change, because you're not even going to start, and you're just going to be stuck in the same spot constantly every single day. When I was 19 years old and I was in my parents' house and I was lying in my bed every single night, I was $40,000 in college debt. I was in school and I absolutely hated my job. I was actually already working at one of the big 4 banks in Canada. That's where I grew up in Canada. And I was wondering every single day, I knew back then, I felt it within me so much that there was so much more to life than this. And so I realized one thing, that the only reason that everybody else at my work, the only reason that everybody else in my life, everybody else was just stuck, and everybody else was just looking at people on Instagram, or looking at everybody else who's living an awesome life, who's making a ton of money, everyone else who was happy, who was traveling the world, they're looking at them and they're just in awe. And not only in awe, but they're also jealous. And that's because they have this fear within them that they're not good enough, they can't succeed for some reason, and they've got limiting beliefs. So what I did at 19 years old was I devoted myself to becoming fearless. I devoted myself to constantly feeling success. That was one of the first things that I realized was going to help me the most. Constantly feeling success within me. As I was working at my job, even back then, shortly after I quit to pursue online business full time, and I was actually cleaning windows on the side to make money for my online business. Even my earliest videos on my YouTube channel, you guys can go and watch them after, they're me cleaning windows. Right? I decided to vlog it all because I wanted to document the rise from nothing to something. And so I devoted myself to constantly feeling success. Even when I was cleaning windows, I was like, I am successful, constantly replaying in my head, I am successful, I am successful. When you play something in your head over and over and over and over again, eventually it becomes fact. And that's the truth. It's been the truth for every single successful person out there. It forms the basis of the law of attraction, which is pretty much the law that has brought me everything in my life. It is very simple. Decide what you want to get, believe that you can get it, and conquer all fears. Take the required action, and you will get it. Right? It's as simple as that. Every time you feel fear, you must constantly visualize how your life will be if you conquer that fear, if you actually achieve your dream life, how your life will be when you achieve your dream life, not if but when. Right? Every single time you feel fear. And that's something that if you can overcome that, it will be so much easier to hit any goal. Right? $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, or $30,000 a month. These are just numbers in your head. But if you have fear holding you back, and if you don't learn how to become fearless, well then nothing's going to change in your life. You must see who you want to become before you become that person. You must constantly see it in your head. Affirmations are such an amazing tool to help you conquer fear. When I was broke, when I was $40,000 in college debt, even though I believed in myself, to conquer those fears completely forever, I would write affirmations down every single morning, every single night, and I would constantly be thinking about them in my head. I am a millionaire, I am wealthy, I am successful, I am happy, that's very important, I am confident, anything you want, right? You want to be constantly playing these affirmations in your head. That will help you so much because eventually you will become that person, guaranteed. As long as you keep playing that in your head, no matter what, no matter right now if you are cleaning windows just like I was, or working a minimum wage job, right? If you are early on in your journey, like in the early stages where right now you're not making a lot of money and you are just like broke, in debt, lost, you've got ambition, you don't know how to channel it, that's what's gonna help you. Affirmations, right? Learn to conquer fear and you'll completely change your life. Most people are putting obstacles in their own way. It's just like I said at the beginning of this video, driving with the emergency brake on in your car. Well, where are you gonna go, right? Your cars might blow up, your engine might blow up, like something's gonna happen. You're not gonna get to your destination, because you're just driving with the emergency brake on. Every single time you wanna start an online business, I bet you're questioning yourself in your mind. You're probably like, is this for me? Can I do this? Am I gonna be successful? What if it's too competitive? It is too competitive. And then you start believing these things that you're telling yourself in your head, and then suddenly you get nowhere, right? After 3 months, 6 months, a year, you're seeing other people become successful. One of my favorite sayings is time costs lives. Time costs people's lives. All right? If you can really understand that, if you can realize that, just do it. Nike slogan, just fucking do it, right? With the bad word in it. Just do it. That's all you need to know. If you can just do it, like I'm doing it right now. I'm filming this video right now on my birthday. I'm about to go golfing. It's going to be an amazing time. But this is something that I wanted to share because I would not be celebrating my birthday today here on my life purpose, living my dream life, making more money than I ever thought I would ever make, and also sharing my journey and sharing what is helping me along the way with you guys so you guys can go out there and change your own lives. No matter if you are 15 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, right? There's always time to change your life if you believe and if you can conquer your fears. So promise me this, instead of just sitting around, instead of just standing around and being indecisive, indecision is what's killing you. Like indecision and fear, those are the two things that are killing you. So instead of being indecisive, take action, just do it. Just do something. Commit to one thing and don't try to do 10 things at once. Don't try to start 10 online businesses at once or even real businesses at once, right? I'm constantly hearing about people who are trying to start an Amazon business or a Shopify business, an e-commerce business, a personal brand, and they're all trying to do this together at the same time, also trying to invest into real estate and also trying to do all of these things with fear, right? With the leading factor being fear. If you are one of those people, you have to learn to commit to one thing while conquering your fears, because the only reason these people are pursuing 10 things at once is because they're fearful that they won't succeed in any one of these things. So instead, they're just trying to go and just throw all this effort out into, all these different directions, zigzagging constantly. Obviously, the world's not going to give them what they want out of life. Stop being indecisive, cure your fear, and watch. If you become fearless, if you can learn this one thing, if you can learn to just do it, just start, because imagine if you would have just started 1 year ago or 2 years ago, right? You would have been so much further ahead. Imagine where you could be right now. You would not be stuck. You would not be sitting at a job that you hate. You would not be living a life that's been manufactured for you, not a life of your own. You're not living how you want to live. Just be honest with yourself. Most of you that are watching this are still in debt, stuck in their 9-to-5 jobs, maybe even stuck in college, or maybe you are retired, but you don't have enough money to retire, so you have to go and work through your retirement. Right? You have one life and that's what you're doing. Wake up and realize that you are stopping yourself from success. You are putting obstacles in front of your feet and you're constantly tripping over sticks. All right, so if you can stop putting those sticks in front of you, if you can stop driving with your emergency brake on, then you'll see how much further you can get in such a short period of time. For me to absolutely change my life, I went from broke to millionaire in 2 years, or actually it was 1.5 years about, right? And I became a millionaire at the age of 21. So I know it sounds like a crazy accomplishment, and definitely is, but the thing is, the true reality of it all, my biggest realization was that, you know what, there's so many other people that could have done the same, but it's because I decided to, pursue this at all costs with fearlessness. I decided to be fearless. If I can just show this to other people out there, how many other people can also do this? How many other people can also quit their jobs and live their dreams? How many other people can also go and completely change their lives if they can learn to conquer fear? Making mistakes is how you get ahead, so just do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video finds you well. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'll see you guys soon, and also follow me on Instagram.